Hey everyone, so this is a repeat of the day 3 demo that you will have gotten in class, but just in case you're feeling hazy about any of the details, we're just going to repeat this for you. So the goal here is you're going to try and pick a colony off of your recombinant plasmid plate and grow up lots of it in a liquid culture so that you'll have lots of it to do restriction mapping and PCR on the second week of the lab. So the first thing you're going to do is just go to this incubator here, the 37-degree incubator, and get your plates out. And remember, you set up 2 plates of cells. One is control C, D, E, F, or G, and it may or may not have growth on it. All you got to do with this plate today is just write down what did you get. So in this example, you don't have any growth, you just write that down. So no problem there. You put that aside for the moment. Then you have your recombinant plate, and so this one, I wrote recombinant and then PuckCan1 because I started with PuckCan1, my initials in my lab day, and that will have hopefully a mixture of blue and white colonies on it like this one has here. If you didn't happen to get any colonies, that's fine, you just have to discuss that in your report. And what you would do if you didn't have colonies is you'd go back to the incubator, and somewhere in there will be at least one spare that we prepared using each puck can. So puck can 1 and 2, both will have spares. Make sure and pick the right kind of plate, and you're welcome to take one of those colonies and then put them back into this incubator. You are also welcome to use a friend or colleague's plate, but again, remember to use a plate that had the same puck can. But anyway, this plate is fine. It has blue and white colonies. So I'm just going to unseal this plate. And where do you get your liquid culture media? You go to this refrigerator, 4-degree refrigerator, and in there, our tech staff will have set up this rack, and they labeled it Bio 202, LB, can, and TET. So this is LB broth with kanamycin and tetracycline. I'm going to take one of these fresh culture media tubes out, put the rest back in. So some safety things, we're going to be dealing with flames here. So we would like you not to wear gloves because actually that material that the gloves are made of is flammable. So that could cause problems. So just go barehanded here. If you have long hair, pull it back. And if you have a jacket, I'd take it off. If you have long sleeves, roll them up. The Bunsen burner is hooked up here. I turn on the gas. Light it up, and again, just try to keep the flame kind of far away from you. Don't lean over it or anything like that, of course. So you got your liquid media. You get this metal loop. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it over the flame and get it sterilized, and then I'm going to go in and touch the loop down on top of the agar right next to a nicely separated colony. And you can choose either blue or white, it doesn't matter. You might hear a little sizzle while the loop cools. And so I'm going to, after that cooling step, I'm going to drag the loop across that blue or white colony, close the lid back up, open this liquid media, give it a quick wave over the flame, and that basically causes the air to rise so that microbes don't fall in. It's just reduces contamination. I stick the metal loop in, shake it around a bunch, to get that colony off, so like I'm going like that, see? And then I'm going to go back to this flame and wave it over again. And then re-sterilize this, and that phase is complete. So one more time, let me just repeat this. So you sterilize your loop, you got your plate, and I'm just going to touch it down on the agar right next to one of these colonies. Blue or white, doesn't matter, drag over. Close the plate. Liquid media, open it up, quick flame, shake in there. Another quick flame, close up, re-sterilize this loop, and then just put it aside. Remember to turn off the gas, very important. Okay, so that's all set. I'm going to reseal my plate. So I'm going to cut a thin strip that's about, a little bit more than 3 of these things long. And remember that parafilm, you've got to stretch it to make it work. So you stretch it around the plate like this to seal it. And then the plates, your control plate and your recombinant plate, go into the refrigerator. So the 4 degrees Celsius, the refrigerator's on the far side here. And in here, we will have set up containers with your lab day on them. You put your plate in here. And so then what do you do with your liquid media culture here? I'm going to take a piece of tape. And I'm going to put the tape on top of the cap. And I'm going to write 1 or 2, depending on which puck can I had. So I'm going to put 1, my initials, my lab day, and then whether the colony was blue or white. So I chose a blue one, I'll put blue. So for example, I would say 1, my initials, Monday, blue. So that's all the information you need for that. And remember, put the tape on top of the tube. That's going to be easier for you to be able to track down your tube next week in the rack. Don't seal it like this. This would block off the oxygen so the cells won't grow as well. So remember, just put the tape on the top like that. That's all you need. You take the inoculated culture tube. You're going to go over to the refrigerator, and in here will be a rack with your lab day on it. You put it in here, so don't put it back in the clean media rack. You put it in this one. And like we said in class, you want to make sure and do this 2 days after your lab. So if you had Monday lab, you would do this on Wednesday, for example. And you want to do it between the hours of 9 and 4, because at 4 o'clock we're going to actually take all those inoculated cultures and put them in the 37-degree shaker bath to grow them overnight. Before 4 o'clock, if you have any trouble with any of these steps, or you can't find the spares or something like that, we're happy to help, so just let us know. Okay? Thanks.